everybody, my name is Ershak and welcome today to another chess analysis. This game only has 28 moves, but you can see two brilliant moves with the queen, not sacrificing the queen, we will be sacrificing something else, but there are two brilliant moves in a game over 1400. Let's get into this. So from the beginning I'm faced with the Sicilian defense, and I continue my development as showcased there with the arrows as per usual. He tries to get this big clamp on d5, which I allow, but we then continue with playing just decent moves. It's hard to get the losing position in the Sicilian defense. It's a defense after all. Now I castle with the ideas of, after he develops his knight naturally, of just doubling down. And what I'm just, if he plays a nothing move, let's say he plays something like this, I can take. You can't take with the queen, because if you do, it's mate. So you don't want to do that. So instead, after rook e1, he just continued nice development. Now he's ready to castle both ways if he wants to. I think it's here anyway. Most opponents are men. Anyway, I try to strike at his strong C and D pawns, which go very well together. And I plonk the knight in the center. We're not gonna stop in inaccuracies. This move, again, a mistake, but it's practically useful for the reason you always want to have the discovery on the queen on hand. You never know when it's useful. That was what I was trying to set up. Here again, I don't get these moves. I'm a 1400. Let's skip forward. What I do get is these bishops. I was intentionally not afraid of this, and I did not want to take, because my bishops are very, very strong here, and I was already looking at getting my queen over here or over here. Of course, I cannot do that yet, because, you know, these pawns are very well defending these squares, but in the future it could help. You know, converging on this h7 pawn, which after the knight moves will be very, very weak. The knight moves immediately. So what I do is just, I set up the discover the tag I wanted. I take with the pawn, wanting to keep my bishop pair, the same way he did with his. And I try and relieve the pressure. But I should have taken. I really, really should have taken. What I was trying to do is just get the pieces that aren't activated, bring the second rook over. And although I do succeed in that, after he first, you know, attacks my queen, he plays d4. d4 may not be the best, but it's practically the best move, because if you take this, just looks very, very bad. I think it's even losing, because like, what do you do in this position? I'm waiting for the computer to evaluate, but this looks terribly, terribly dead lost. Will it be today? Did you lose electricity? Because there is a storm in my city right now. Okay, never mind. Not waiting for computer evaluation. We're gonna play as in the old days, or like Agadmator, who never looks at the engine.
Hello everyone and welcome.
Anyway, I played rook from a to d1 with this intention, but he pushed. He pushed forward. This is not a fork, thankfully. I can save both of my pieces because this was pinned, and you don't want to lose the queen. So I get both of my pieces out, but my position, I'm lacking air. This passed pawn is very dangerous. I don't like this at all. But what I do like is him blundering b takes c4. I saw this for the sole reason of, well, after you take back, you think I cannot take your pawn, right? Because my knight would have... No, I can. I can leave my knight to hang with the first queen brilliant move, and it's now suddenly plus 0.9. I'm up a pawn, and if you decide to, for whatever reason, grab my knight, I do this. I take another pawn, so now I'm just doing better, and because I have 2 pawns to the good and I'm gonna be winning your bishop. Why am I gonna be winning your bishop? Because this is checkmate. So truly brilliant move, winning me 2 pawns. And he plays knight to e5. Now knight to e5 is looking like I cannot take with this horse, because I would hang a rook. Psych, I could. I missed it in the game, but this is the idea. This is very, very dangerous. I missed it in the game. Dumb person, 1 minute on the clock. I took with the bishop. And here, he took the knight. I realized, look, when my rook is hanging, yeah, I may as well leave it perish. Queen takes d3, ladies and gentlemen, converging on that weak h7 pawn, threatening a mate in 2. The idea of bishop to h1 is... this is alien chess. Why would I ever think this move was good? You thought that I would miss this checkmating idea or what? I can just... oh my gosh. It would be such a good mating idea if I hadn't had a mate into myself. Because thank you for watching, and as always, may God bless you all.